What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. A new archetype was just announced. It's called Therion. Well, at least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Of course, it's going to change when it comes to the TCG anyways, but it looks kind of cool. I literally know nothing about it. I just saw that this was out, so I'm going to try to just come into it, raw and see how good it is. It looks like it says the one where Kit and the Spriggans go to take part in the alien mecha gladiator combat or something. I don't know. That's funny. Oh, it's cool. Okay, so it's some sort of beast archetype. Let's see what they actually are. They're warrior monsters. It's cool to have one searcher, I suppose. This is Therion's Bull Ein. Level 7, 2100 attack, 1600 defense. It's kind of a low level attack for level 7, but okay. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. You can target one Therions monster or warrior monster. Very interesting, very interesting. In your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that monster to this card. So is this just like Infernoble support? You can target one Therions card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. Well, that's cool. Because you can just destroy the equipped card, obviously. A Therions monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack. And the second effect of this card's name. Really? A Therions monster equipped with this card, you get to pop a card. That's really nice. That's a really good start. Shout out. It actually, you know what? It has been a while since we've gotten, like... Well, I mean, we have Swordsoul and we have Lyrisluc, but Lyrisluc honestly has been around for a while. Swordsoul is obviously meta, but we haven't had a new iteration. Whenever you see cards like this, or archetypes like this come out, to me it signals that the ban list is going to be pretty harsh for decks that do not deserve to be banned, because they want to push the new stuff. But regardless of all that, this is a very good card, so cool. This is Therion's Leaper fam. This is a water aqua effect. Okay. Level 7, 1400 attack, 2500 defense. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. You can target one Therions monster or aqua monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that monster to this card. During your opponent's turn, quick effect. You can target one Therion's card in your spell and trap zone and one card your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. A Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. This is really weird. I wonder if these are going to be like splashed in other archetypes. Like literally just like one-ofs. Just the idea of an aqua monster, the idea of a warrior monster as like free extenders. And obviously you have the whole Therion archetype too. Okay, still nothing bad so far. Therion's Duke Jewel. This is a psychic, so it's a level 8, so it cannot be special summoned from the deck with I always forget the name of that stupid card. The one that special summons psychics from the deck. There you go. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target one Therion's monster or psychic monster in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that monster to this card. While you control an equipped card, Therion monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Nah, they can't all be good. I doubt this one's going to be used too often. This is Therion's Lily Borea. This is a wind plant effect, level 8. I guess you're playing TC Boot in this deck, obviously. There's a lot of main deck monsters in here, jeez. You can target one Therion's monster or plant monster in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that monster. You can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, add one Therion spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Very nice, you just equip it, send it, add it, which is good. It also could just help you keep looping, right? If you're able to get one in the graveyard, you can special summon this, add the Therion spell and trap, use the second one to add the same one back. So it's easier to kind of keep that loop going. A Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect. So these become pretty big, actually. Over 3,000. So you can't ask for much more than that. And even if the spells and traps right now are bad, I've talked about this so many times before, Who cares? Well, I mean, you want it to be good right off the bat, but this is an objectively good effect, right? So it'll only get better with time. This is a really good card. And this is like I guess the cover one. I don't know if this is like the boss monster or what. I don't know if this has an extra deck. And afterwards, I'm not super familiar with rank 7s in Yu-Gi-Oh! So after I'm done going over these cards, we'll go ahead and look at, like, 8s are pretty ubiquitously known, I feel like. So we'll take a look at some level 7s, refresh our memories to see what kind of cool stuff we can go into. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. You can target one Therions monster or machine monster in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send one Therions monster card from your hand or field. Oh, it's just an Omni-Negate. Man. Yeah, this is good. This is a good archetype for sure. It's always hard to say, like, right off the bat, it's like, is this meta or not? Like, that's not so important. Like, yeah, like, these cards are good. Definitely something I'll, like, be exploring on the channel, like, actually playing. A Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack, and the second card. Wow. The only part that's, no, yeah, it's like, whew. You start equipping, like, multiples of these, it's like, wow. You're getting, like, negates, you're getting spells and traps, like, and it doesn't even have to be this monster. All new archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Have to have field spells, according to Konami, so the trend obviously is continuing here. When this card resolves, you can add one Therion's monster from your deck to your hand. I kind of saw it coming a mile away. Once per turn, if a monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you can send one Therion's card or Perpetual Engine Aggro System, which I'm assuming is this. Yes. From your deck to the graveyard instead, which is really, really good. Not that this is like, oh wow, if this was the only effect of the field spell that you would use it. But being able to Foolish Burial, your Therions is quite good because then you can just equip them. Once per turn, when a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Therion's monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Whew, man, they're just laying it on. This is so good. What the heck? I've never really had this, like, good of an impression when I'm first reading cards for a new archetype. But I'm like, I think this is gas. This is the card you can Foolish Burial. You can only use first and second effects of this card only once per turn, only once that turn. You can send one Therion's card from your deck to the graveyard. If this card's in your graveyard, you can target one Therion's card in your graveyard and add this card to your hand. Or that card to your hand. Wait, sorry. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target a Therion's card in your graveyard, add this card to your hand, or that card to your hand. And if you do, place the other on the bottom of the deck. You can only use the first and second. It almost feels like you play like one... Well, I mean, not one copy, but I don't know if you play 3 of these. It's almost like you want to play Foolish Burial Goods and send it. But no, I mean, maybe not. I mean, it only does so much for you, if that makes sense. But it's cool at least that you get follow-up for it, like after you use it. No, that's good. That's good. It's a good Foolish Burial. Okay. Whoa. Wild Therion's Charge. You can only activate this card once per turn. Send one Therion's card or Perpetual Engine Aggro System from your hand or face-up spell and trap zone to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. Well, I guess we're getting the new meta archetype here. I could be dead wrong, and I'm just like overhyping this, but no, I think this is like the new meta deck. Look how many cards are for this archetype too. But we get it. Like, they gotta make new gas every once in a while, right? Like, it just can't keep playing the same cards. They gotta sell new archetypes. And if they're not great, people are gonna continue to play Dragon Link. They're gonna continue to play Invoke Dogmatica. So like the solution is to make actually good cards. I feel like one of these is gonna get banned. Especially, the effect that lets you draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's pretty good. You only activate 1 card this card's name once per turn, and Therion's Cross, Normal Trap. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a Therion's monster, activate one of these effects, or if you have Perpetual Engine Aggro System in your graveyard, you can activate both in the same sequence, negate the effect, banish that monster. Okay, so maybe you are playing Foolish Burial Goods. Like, that's... I'm inching towards that idea more and more as I read this because of this specifically. Well, that's not true. If you activated the fact during your turn to Foolish Burial, the one that adds a spell and trap, You add this, then you already do filler requirements, and then you have the follow-up next turn. Either way, negating and just straight up negating a monster effect is decent. It doesn't destroy, but it will if you have aggro in your graveyard. Okay, so this is the last card here, Therion Stand Up. You can only activate one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. You can target one Therion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then you could equip one Therion's monster from your hand or graveyard to it. Yeah, during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Therion's monster you control and one in your graveyard. Equip the target to your graveyard to the target you control. During the main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Therion's monster you control and one in your graveyard. Equip the target to the... yeah. Another reason that you would probably play Foolish Burial Goods in this deck, right? Okay, so we'll just finish this off. I literally just want to go see what the rank 7s are, because I don't remember them off the top of my head. See if there's any good ones. Not that you would probably even go into them. There is no extra deck. Like, it's not an extra deck based card, right? Shout out to YGO Pro, by the way, because... or YGO Pro deck, because their card database is like 700,000 times better than Konami's official card database. I hate using that one. And I literally don't do it. Okay, so let's just go to 7 here, and let's see what we got. No, we're not gonna read all of them. I know I'm gonna recognize some of these. Not much yet. I think this card is good. No, I was gonna say going up into Zeus, but no. Number 11, like, is definitely gonna... I think it's gonna be there. It's kind of like a must-add, because it's like... because it's like a free control of a monster, and you can use their monster effects. Like, that's not too bad. That's obviously banned. Lucky. Number 89 is okay. It's a prize card, though. They should, like, actually reprint this card. It's pretty decent. Let's look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a card from it. I like that. No, you wouldn't go into that, obviously. This one's okay, because you can... it's a monster negate, but you don't really need monster negates that badly. You're not going to use metal... you're not going to use red flare. It's not good enough. So, there really isn't that much. I mean, unless I just missed it really badly. Yeah, the rank 7 pool's not so fantastic. Other than Big Eye. Not that that's too important, because a lot of the Therion monsters have really good effects, but... alright, well, let me know what you guys think about this archetype in the comment section down below. I'm surely excited. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.